In June of 1972, 5 men broke into an office, got caught red-handed by a security guard who noticed some tape on a door lock. Genuinely, that's how it started. And if the President of the United States had just said, "Yeah, that was dumb. My guys did that. My bad," you probably wouldn't know his name today for the reason you do. Richard Nixon didn't order the break-in himself, and honestly, historians still argue about how much he knew beforehand. But here's what isn't up for debate. Within days, he knew exactly what happened, and he had a choice sitting right in front of him. The most boring, unglamorous choice in the world. Admit it. Cut it off. Let a few campaign guys take a small, survivable hit. He didn't do that. Instead, tapes started disappearing. Payments started moving to keep people quiet. And in one recording that would later become almost comically infamous, Nixon's own chief of staff is heard suggesting they use the CIA to tell the FBI to back off the investigation for national security reasons that had nothing to do with national security. There's a gap in that recording, by the way, 18.5 minutes, erased. Nixon's secretary claimed she did it by accident, reaching for her phone while transcribing. Nobody, including most of her defenders, has ever really bought that. So for 2 years, that's the game. Not one lie, a structure of lies, each one built to protect the last one. And every single lie was a fresh decision. Nobody forced his hand twice. He kept choosing it. By August of 1974, it wasn't the break-in that ended him. It was 2 years of proof that the cover-up was worse than the crime. Nixon resigned, the only U.S. president ever to do so, facing near certain impeachment, not for 5 guys with a flashlight, but for what he chose to do after. And here's the part that should actually bother you. Almost every single domino was avoidable. At literally any point in those 2 years, the smaller truth would have cost him less than the bigger lie eventually did. Now here's why I'm telling you this, and it's got nothing to do with politics. You've done a smaller version of this. I have too. Everyone has. You made a mistake, missed a deadline, said something you shouldn't have, forgot to do the thing you promised, and in that exact moment, you had the same choice Nixon had. Small, boring, survivable truth, or you could just not mention it. Hope nobody asks. And the second you choose that, the second you go quiet instead of just owning it, you're not managing the mistake anymore. You're managing a cover-up, a tiny one, but the mechanics are identical. At work, it's the mistake you don't mention in the update, hoping it resolves itself before anyone checks. With family, it's the thing you didn't tell them because the conversation about the thing felt worse than the thing itself. With friends, it's letting a small misunderstanding sit because correcting it means admitting you got something wrong first. In every version, the math is the same as it was in 1972. The truth was always going to cost less than the lie. It just never feels that way in the moment you're deciding. Nixon's team actually had a moment early on where a few advisors floated exactly this: get ahead of it, admit fault, take the smaller hit. He overruled them, not because he was stupid. He was, by every account, one of the sharpest political minds of his generation. He overruled them because admitting it in that moment felt unbearable in a way that 2 more years of lying somehow didn't. That's the part that should actually unsettle you. It's not that he didn't know better. It's that knowing better and choosing better are 2 completely different muscles. History remembers the 18 minutes that got erased. Nobody remembers what he actually would have lost by just telling the truth on day 1. Probably because it wasn't that much. What's the small truth you're avoiding right now because the lie still feels easier?